Dr. Ilara Voss worked alone in the lower labs of the big space station called Harmony Reach. The station floated high above Karath Prime, a dangerous planet full of sharp rocks, hot steam, and deadly animals. Many aliens lived and worked on the station, but humans were few. Ilara liked the quiet. She studied strange plants and small creatures that came from the planet below. Her days were calm, until the big shake came. One morning the whole station trembled hard. Metal screamed and lights flickered. A crack opened in the floor of the main science hall. Steam rushed up from the broken pipes. Alarms shouted warnings in every language. People ran to escape pods. Ilara stayed behind to save her datapads and sample jars. She thought she had time. Then the floor gave way under her feet. She fell down through dark levels. Her leg hit a sharp beam. Pain burned bright. She tried to climb, but her hands slipped on wet metal. More pieces fell around her. She landed hard, on a cold floor, far below. Everything went black. When she woke the first time, pain filled her whole body. She could not move her right leg. Blood soaked her suit. The air smelled of oil and burned wires. She heard soft growls nearby. Big shadows moved in the dark. Fear grabbed her heart. Those shadows belonged to Verkesh. Everyone on the station knew about Verkesh. They were huge, six-legged hunters with sharp teeth and claws. Most aliens called them monsters. The adults hunted in packs and killed anything that moved. No one tamed them. No one tried. Ilara closed her eyes tight. She waited for the end. But the teeth never came. Instead, warm, rough tongues licked her cuts. The licks stung, but they also cleaned. She felt strong bodies press close. They made low, rumbling sounds deep in their chests. The sound felt like a song. It made her feel less alone. Days passed. She drifted in and out of sleep. Fever burned her skin. She dreamed of green fields on Earth and her old cat that slept on her pillow. When she opened her eyes, the shadows had faces. 5 young Verkesh watched her. They were not full grown. Their fur looked soft and patchy. Their eyes glowed yellow in the dim light. The biggest one stayed closest. She had dark stripes on her face and one torn ear. Ilara named her in her mind, Shadow. The young ones brought things. They carried broken medical kits in their mouths. They dropped nutrient packs near her hand. They dragged pieces of blanket from old storage rooms. They curled around her at night. Their bodies gave heat. Their breathing stayed steady. Ilara whispered thanks, even when they could not understand. She touched Shadow once on the head. The big cub froze. Then she pushed her head harder into Ilara's hand. A loud purr started. Above them, the station grew quiet. The leaders thought the lower levels were lost. They sealed the big doors with heavy locks. No one came to look for survivors. Ilara knew the rule. If a sector broke and monsters lived inside, they closed it forever. She did not mind. Weeks went by. Her legs started to heal slow. The cubs learned fast. They watched her face when she ate. They copied how she chewed. They stopped fighting over food. They waited for her to take the first bite. Ilara shared everything. She broke bars into small pieces. She gave each cub a turn. They looked surprised, then happy. Shadow always slept nearest. She put her big head on Ilara's lap. Sometimes she made small sounds. They sounded like questions. Ilara answered in soft words. She told stories about Earth. She talked about rain and cats and warm houses. The cubs listened with wide eyes. Their ears turned to catch every sound. One night, the power flickered again. Lights died completely. Cold air rushed through the vents. Ilara shivered hard. The cubs moved closer. They made a wall of fur and muscle around her. Shadow licked her cheek. The tongue felt warm and careful. Ilara smiled in the dark. She put her arms around the big neck. "Thank you," she said. Shadow rumbled. Deep. Morning came with weak emergency lights. Ilara sat up straighter. Her head felt clear for the first time. She looked at her leg. The cut closed, bruises turned yellow. She tested her weight. Pain came, but she could stand. The cubs watched every move. They wagged their tails slow. Ilara laughed quiet. "You kept me alive," she said. She walked a few steps. The cubs followed close. They sniffed the air. They checked corners. They guarded her like small soldiers. Ilara found an old toolbox. She opened it slow. Inside she saw wires and small screens. She fixed a light panel. Soft white glow filled the room. The cubs blinked fast. Then they purred louder. Days grew longer. Ilara taught them words. She pointed to herself. "Ilara," she said, slow. The cubs tried. Their tongues made strange shapes. They said something close to La. She clapped happy. "Good," she told them. She pointed to Shadow. "You," she said. The big cub tilted her head. "Ra," she answered. Ilara nodded. "Rakesh," she tried. They repeated it many times. Their voices mixed in happy growls. Ilara found old station maps on a broken screen. She saw the sealed doors. She saw the warning signs. "Danger. Verkesh zone," she read. She looked at the 5 cubs playing with a scrap ball. They rolled and jumped. They looked like big kittens. She felt something warm in her chest. They were not monsters. They were children, lost and scared, just like her. She sat on the floor. The cubs came close. They pushed their heads under her hands. She scratched behind ears. She rubbed chins. They closed their eyes in joy. Ilara sang a quiet song, an old lullaby from Earth. The words floated soft. The cubs listened. Their purring matched the tune. One evening she felt very tired. She lay down on the blankets. The cubs curled tight. Rakesh put her face near. Her breath smelled like metal and warm fur. Ilara closed her eyes. She felt safe. She drifted into deep sleep. When she opened her eyes again, Rakesh's face waited inches away. Eyes shone bright. The cub opened her mouth. Her voice came high and clear. "You are awake. I missed you." Ilara's heart jumped. She stared. The words sounded perfect. She smiled big. Her hand reached up. She touched the soft fur on Rakesh's cheek. "I missed you too," she whispered. The other cubs woke fast. They pushed close. They purred so loud the walls shook. Tails hit the floor in happy beats. Ilara laughed. She hugged them one by one. They licked her face. They rubbed against her legs. They acted like family. Outside the sealed doors, the station moved on. People worked and talked. They forgot the lost levels. But down below, a new pack grew. A human woman and 5 young hunters. They shared food, they shared warmth, they shared trust. Ilara looked at her cubs. She felt strong again. She knew the future would come hard. She knew questions waited. But right now she had them, and they had her. Ilara stared at Rakesh's huge yellow eyes. So close, she could see every thin black line in them. The words hung in the air, clear and proud. "You are awake. I missed you." Ilara's throat felt tight. She lifted her hands slow. Her fingers brushed the soft fur along Rakesh's jaw. The cub leaned in hard. A deep purr rolled out like thunder in a small cave. The other 4 cubs pushed forward. They bumped heads against Ilara's arms and legs. Their tails whipped fast. Happy growls filled the room. Ilara sat up more. Pain shot through her leg, but she ignored it. She looked at each face. Smaller one with white patch on chest, another with crooked whiskers, one with extra dark stripes on paws, the last one smallest, but fastest. They all watched her, eyes wide and bright, waiting. She smiled big. Her voice came soft. "I missed you too, all of you." The cubs answered with louder purrs. They rubbed against her like big cats marking home. Ilara laughed quiet. The sound felt strange after so long silent. Her body leg still hurt, but bones seemed straight. Cuts closed into thin pink lines. The cubs had done good work with their tongues. She touched the biggest bandage they wrapped. It came from old medkit. They tied it with twisted wire. Careful, clumsy knots. She felt warm inside. They tried so hard. Rakesh nudged a nutrient pack closer. Elara opened it. She broke the bar into 5 pieces, 1 for each cub, 1 for her. She held them out. The cubs sat still. They waited. No grabbing, no fighting. Elara's heart swelled. Good, she said. You learned. They ate slow, chewing careful. Eyes never left her face. When finished, Rakesh licked her hand clean. The rough tongue tickled. Elara scratched under her chin. Rakesh's eyes closed halfway. Purr grew even louder. The others copied. Soon all 5 heads pressed close. Elara's hands moved from one to another. She rubbed ears. She smoothed fur. She felt peace for first time since the fall. Hours passed. Elara stood careful. She tested her weight. Leg held. Around the small den, cubs followed every step. They sniffed corners. They checked shadows. They guarded her. Elara found old speaker panel on wall. She pressed buttons. Static came first, then faint music from station. Old playlist. Soft earth song played. Words about home and stars. Cubs tilted heads. Ears flicked. Elara sang along quiet. Her voice mixed with music. Cubs listened hard. Then Rakesh tried to hum. Low rumble matched the tune. Others joined. Strange harmony filled air. Elara stopped song. She pointed to herself. Elara. Then to Rakesh. Rakesh. The cub nodded once. She pointed to white patched one. He tilted head. Elara thought fast. Snow, she said, because white like snow on mountains. Snow purred happy. Elara named next one, Whisk, because crooked whiskers. Then Strip, for dark paws. Last small one, Dash, because he moved so quick. Names made them sit taller. They repeated each name. La, Rakesh, Snow, Whisk, Strip, Dash. Voices mixed rough but proud. Elara clapped soft. Perfect, she told them. She looked around. Den needed better. She found metal sheets. She dragged them slow. Cubs helped. They pushed with shoulders. They carried in mouths. Soon walls looked stronger. They built nest higher. Blankets piled thick. Elara sat in middle. Cubs curled close. Warm fur everywhere. Safe. Days turned to weeks. Elara taught more. She showed how to open food packs without teeth. She showed how to tie knots better. She drew pictures on floor with charcoal. She drew earth, round ball with blue water, green lands. Cubs stared. They touched drawings gentle. Elara told stories about cats that lived with humans, about mothers who protected babies, about packs that stayed together forever. Cubs listened, eyes big, tails still. One day, Elara found small mirror piece. She held it up. Cubs saw themselves. They growled soft at first. Then Rakesh touched her own face in glass. She looked at Elara. She looked back at mirror. She purred. Elara laughed. See, she said. Beautiful family. They played games. Elara threw small ball made from cloth scraps. Dash chased fastest. He brought it back every time. Dropped at her feet. Tail wagged hard. Strip liked to hide. He waited in shadows, then jumped out. Cubs tumbled together. Laugh growls echoed. Elara joined careful. She rolled balls slow. She scratched bellies when they flopped down. They trusted her complete. Nights grew colder. Vents blew ice air. Elara shivered. Cubs moved closer. They made circle. Rakesh always in front. Her big body blocked wind. Elara slept with head on Rakesh's shoulder. Fur soft like blanket. Purr like lullaby. One morning Elara woke early. She heard voices far away. Human voices. Through vents. They talked about lower levels. Still sealed. No survivors expected. Elara's heart sank little. But then she looked at Cubs. They slept peaceful, faces calm. She touched Rakesh's ear. Cub opened one eye. Elara whispered, "We stay together." Rakesh licked her cheek. Yes. Elara decided she would teach language better. She pointed to things. Light, food, water, safe. Cubs repeated. Their tongues got better fast. They asked questions. Why sky blue? What is rain? Elara answered simple. She showed pictures on broken datapad. She found old photos. Her face smiling on Earth. Her cat on lap. Cubs touch screen gentle. They purred at cat picture. Like us, they said. Elara nodded. Family. She taught please and thank you. Cubs said please before food, thank you after scratches. Manners made them proud. They stood straighter. They looked at her with love clear. One evening, Elara sat quiet. She felt strong now, legged almost good. She looked at Cubs playing. They wrestled soft, no claws out, gentle bites. She felt something new, not just survive, not just hide, something bigger. She wanted more for them. Better home, open sky, real hunt, real pack life. But first, she needed plan. She drew map on floor, showed sealed doors, showed way up. Cubs watched serious. Rakesh touched door spot. We go? She asked. Elara shook head slow. Not yet. Soon. That night she sang again. Lullaby from childhood. Cubs curled tight. Purrs matched her song. Elara closed eyes. She felt ready. Tomorrow she would try speaker, try call for help. But tonight, she had her cubs, and they had her. Rakesh lifted head. She looked at Elara, eyes soft. Warm mother, she said quiet. Elara heart filled. She hugged big neck. Yes, she answered. Warm mother. Family slept close, safe and dark, waiting for next day. Elara woke to soft purrs all around her. The cubs slept in a tight pile. Rakesh's big head rested on her chest. Snow curled against her back. Whisk, strip, and dash made small heaps of fur at her feet. Warmth kept the cold away. Elara looked up at the dim ceiling. She thought about the sealed doors far above. No one came. No rescue team. No voices in the vents anymore. The station had moved on. She felt a small sting in her heart. But then Rakesh shifted. She opened one eye. She licked Elara's chin gentle. Elara smiled. She hugged the thick neck. We are okay, she whispered. She stood slow. Leg felt stronger every day. She walked to the old speaker panel. She pressed the call button. Static answered first. Then silence. She tried again. Hello, this is Dr. Elara Voss. Lower levels. I am alive. 5 young Verkesh with me. They are not dangerous. Please answer. Nothing came back. She sighed. Cubs woke one by one. They watched her careful. Rakesh came close. She bumped Elara's leg soft. What? She asked in rough words. Elara knelt. No one hears, yet she said, we wait more. She decided to make life better down here. She gathered more things. Old pipes for water, broken heaters for warmth, cloth scraps for beds. Cubs helped, eager. They carried heavy loads in mouths. They pushed boxes with shoulders. They never complained. Elara praised them. Good strong ones, she said. They purred loud. She taught them rules. Share food always. Wait turn for scratches. No bite hard. Even play. Cubs listened serious. They practiced. Dash brought ball. He dropped it at Snow feet. Snow picked up. He carried to Whisk. Whisk to Strip. Strip to Rakesh. Rakesh brought to Elara. She clapped happy. Perfect pack, she told them. Elara found old datapad. Screen cracked, but worked. She showed videos. Earth animals. Cats. Dogs. Birds. Cubs stared. They pointed claws. Careful. Like us, Rakesh said. Elara nodded. Yes, family everywhere. She taught more words. Love, safe, home, together. Cubs repeated. They used new words every day. Love you, warm mother, dash, said shy Elara. Eyes got wet. She hugged him tight. Love you too. One day strange sound came through vents. Low hum, then voices. Not close but there. Aliens talked. Something about echoes. Strange sounds from sealed sector. Elara froze. Cubs looked up. Ears tall. Rakesh growled soft. Elara put hand on her head. Quiet, she said. Listen. Voices grew clearer. They said rumbling like Virkesh but different. Harmonious, like song. One voice said, impossible. Virkesh, do not sing. Another said, record it. Send to council. Elara heart beat fast. They heard the purrs. They heard her lullabies. She looked at Cubs. They purred now soft and steady. She joined them. She sang quiet song. Cubs matched pitch. Their voices blended perfect. Harmony filled den. Echoed through vents. Above in control room, small group listened. Technician played recording. Purrs and human voice mixed. Council members watched screen. Faces surprised. One said human alive, with Cubs. Another said danger. Virkesh grow fast. Soon adults, kill all. Shook head. We sealed sector. No breach, but record more. We watch. Down below. Elara kept teaching. She made toys. Cloth balls with bells inside. They rang soft when rolled. Cubs chased happy. They tumbled over each other. Elara laughed loud. First real laugh in long time. Cubs stopped. They looked at her. Happy sound, they said. Elara nodded. Yes, happy. She showed them how to clean. They licked fur, but she used cloth with water. Gentle white faces. Cubs sat still. They liked attention. After clean she gave scratches. Best reward. Nights she told stories. About brave humans, who faced monsters, who made friends instead of fight. Cubs listened, eyes wide. Rakesh asked, we monsters? Elara shook head fast. No, she said, you my children. Beautiful, strong, kind. Cubs purred deep. They believed her. She planned escape slow. She studied map again. Found weak spot in wall. Old service tunnel. Small but possible. She measured Cubs could fit soon. She needed tools. She scavenged more. Found welder torch. Fixed broken. Parts made door brace stronger. In case need defend. Cubs grew fast. Fur thicker. Legs longer. Claws sharper. But hearts stayed soft. They protected Elara. When she slept, they guarded. One always watched door. They took turns. Never left her alone. One evening rumble came different. Heavy steps above. Metal clanged. Voices shouted orders. Cubs stood tall. Ears flat. Growls low. Elara stood between them. Easy, she said. We wait. Through vents words drifted down. Council votes tomorrow. Terminate sector. Gas or fire. No risk. Elara's face went pale. She hugged Cubs close. They felt her fear. Rakesh licked her hand. We fight? She asked. Elara shook head. No fight yet, we think. She sat all night, Cubs around her. She planned. She drew on floor. Showed tunnel. Showed way out. Showed hide places. Cubs understood. They nodded. Together. Morning came. No alarm yet. Elara worked fast. She packed food. Water bottles. Blankets. Small med kit. She tied packs on Cubs' backs. They stood proud. Ready. Hello, she said loud. This is Elara Voss. My Cubs are family. They hurt no one. Please, do not hurt us. We want live. Silence answered. Then small crackle. Voice came faint. We hear you. Hold position. Council decides soon. Elara sat down. Cubs curled tight. They purred to calm her. She sang lullaby. They joined. Song filled den. Strong and sure. Above, council argued. Some said kill. Too dangerous. Others said wait. Human bonds with Virkesh. Never seen. Scientists spoke. Study them. Learn. Leader listened. Vote tomorrow noon. No gas yet. Down below, Elara held Rakesh's face. We stay strong, she said. Rakesh licked nose. Yes, warm mother, we stay. They waited. Purr steady, love clear, pack unbreakable. Ilara sat in the center of the den, with her back against the warm metal wall. The 5 cubs lay around her in a loose circle. Rakesh rested her heavy head across Ilara's lap. Snow groomed Whisk's ears, gentle. Strip and Dash played slow chase with a cloth scrap. Everyone felt calm, but tension waited under the peace. Noon came closer. Council vote time drew near. Ilara kept her face steady. She scratched Rakesh behind the torn ear. The big cub purred soft, eyes half closed in trust. A low rumble shook the floor far above. Heavy boots marched. Metal clanged loud. Voices barked orders. Cubs lifted heads fast, ears tall, tails stiff. Growls started low in throats. Ilara stood quick. She stepped in front of them, hands out. Calm. Easy, my loves, she said. We face this together. The sealed bulkhead groaned. Sparks flew as cutting tools bit into locks. Red lights flashed through cracks. A sharp hiss came. Then the door panel slid open slow. Bright light poured in. 5 armored figures stepped through. Heavy suits. Stun rifles raised. Leader, tall with short gray hair, looked around. His eyes found Ilara first, then the cubs. He froze. Dr. Voss, he said, voice muffled through helmet. You are alive. Ilara nodded once. Yes, and these are my children. Do not point weapons at them. The team spread out slow. One soldier kept rifle steady on Rakesh. Another scanned the den. Third whispered into comm. Visual confirmed. 5 adolescent Rakesh. Healthy human integrated. Leader raised hand. Hold fire. He stepped closer, careful. We came to neutralize. Council voted gas, but orders changed last minute. New vote. Observe first. Ilara heart jumped. She kept voice even. Observe then, but lower your guns. They feel threat. They protect me. Leader hesitated. He looked at his team. One by one rifles dipped. Not all the way down, but lower. Enough. Rakesh stood slow. She placed her big body between Ilara and the leader. No snarl. No teeth shone. She lowered her head, throat exposed wide. The ultimate sign. Trust. Surrender. The other cubs copied fast. Snow Whisk, Strip, Dash, all bowed heads. Throats bare, eyes soft. Purring stayed gentle. The soldiers stared. One whispered, they submit. Never seen that. Leader took another step. He knelt slow, face level with Rakesh. You understand me? He asked. Rakesh looked at Ilara. Ilara nodded. Speak, she said soft. Rakesh's voice came high and clear. We no hurt. War mother safe. We family. Leader breath caught. He looked at Ilara. They talk full sentences. Ilara smiled small. They learn fast. They listen better than most adults. She put hand on Rakesh's shoulder. This one saved me first. She carried me here. She never left. None of them did. A woman soldier stepped forward. She pulled off helmet. Brown hair tied back. Eyes wide. I am Medic Lena. May I check your leg? Ilara nodded. Lena approached slow. Cubs watched close, but no move. Lena knelt. She touched bandage gentle. Good work, she said. Clean, no infection. You did this, she asked Cubs. Rakesh nodded once. Licked wounds. Brought med packs. Lena looked up amazed. Incredible leader stood. He spoke into comm. Command, this is Strike Team Alpha. Threat level 0. Repeat 0. Subjects cooperative. Human subject alive and bonded. Request hold on termination. Send science team instead. Minutes passed. More boots came. Scientists in white suits. They carried scanners and cameras. They recorded everything. Cubs sat still. They let strangers look, but always close to Ilara. She talked to them quiet, told them good, brave, strong. One scientist, old with kind face, came near. He held small treat bar from station kitchen. He offered to Dash. Dash looked at Ilara. She nodded. Dash took gentle, licked fingers, purred loud. Old scientist smiled big. Remarkable. He turned to leader. These are not wild. They imprinted. Human as damn. This changes everything. Leader nodded slow. He looked at Alara. We take you up, medical bay first, then council talk. But cubs come too. No cages. Alara eyes hard. Promise. No harm, no separate. Gaze. Promise. They walked out slow. Cubs stayed close to Alara's sides. Rakesh in front, Dash behind. Snow Whisk Strip flanked. Soldiers cleared path. Station people stared from doorways. Aliens whispered. Humans pointed. Some afraid, some curious. Alara kept head high, hand on Rakesh fur. In lift they went up. Cubs pressed against walls, eyes wide at bright lights. New smells. Alara talked soft. Safe. Home. Soon. They purred back. Medical bay doors opened. Doctors waited. They checked Alara first. Legs strong now. Body healed good. Then they looked at cubs. Scanners hummed. No disease. Growing normal, but calmer. Less aggressive markers. One doctor said, bonding changed them. Alara said simple, love changed them. Council called them to big hall. Big window showed stars. Many aliens sat in rows. Some Virkesh experts. Some human leaders. All watched quiet. Alara walked in middle, cubs around her. They sat proud. No growl, just watch. Leader from strike team spoke first. Evidence clear. No threat. Human. Pack, bond. Real. Strong, recommend asylum. Study, not kill. Old council head stood. Tall, insect-like alien. Voice clicked. Danger remains. Virkesh mature fast. Become killers. Alara stepped forward. They already mature in heart. They choose peace, because I showed them. Humans do not abandon. We adopt. We protect. Even the scary ones. She knelt. Rakesh came close. Alara hugged her tight. Rakesh licked cheek. Warm mother safe. Always. Hall went silent. Then one human clapped slow. Another joined. Soon many clapped. Even some aliens. Council head raised hand. Vote now. Lights blinked. Green for yes. Red for no. Green won big. Cheers came soft. Alara hugged all cubs. They purred so loud room shook. They gave her new rooms. Big space. Open windows to stars. Cubs explored. They jumped on soft beds. They rolled happy. Alara sat on floor. They piled on her. Family whole. Leader came later. He brought real food. Warm stew. Meat chunks. Cubs ate careful. Shared bites. He watched. Then said quiet. You did. Impossible. You turned monsters to children. Alara looked up. No, she said. They were always children. Just waiting for someone to see. Night came. Lights dim. Alara lay in middle. Cubs curled tight. Rakesh face close again. She whispered, thank you, warm mother. Alara kissed soft fur. Thank you, my brave girl. They slept deep. Safe at last. Pack stronger than ever. Months passed quick after the council vote. Alara and her cubs moved to a new home on the frontier world called Verdant Reach. The planet had wide green fields, tall trees, and clear rivers. No big cities, just small research outposts and open sky. The council gave them a large house with high ceilings and strong doors. Big windows let in warm sun. Outside, grass stretched far, perfect for growing cubs. Rakesh grew tallest first. Her shoulders reached Alara's head now. Fur thick and shiny, dark stripes bold. Snow, Whisk, Strip, and Dash filled out too. Legs long, muscles strong. But inside, they stayed the same. Gentle, loyal, playful. Every morning they woke Alara with soft head bumps. Rakesh always first. She pushed her big nose under Alara's hand. Scratches, please? Alara laughed. She rubbed ears, chins, bellies. Cubs rolled, happy. Purrs shook the bed. They learned the new world fast. Alara took them outside every day. First on leashes made from strong rope, just in case. But soon, no need. Never ran far. They chased birds in tall grass, pounced on leaves, splashed in shallow streams. Ilara watched from a blanket. She smiled big, her heart full. Locals came slow at first, some afraid, some curious. A tall, four-armed trader brought gifts, dried meat, fruits, shiny stones. He watched cubs play, then said, "Quiet. They look happy, not like stories." Ilara nodded. They are happy because they have love. Children from nearby outposts visited, small humans with wide eyes. They stared at cubs. Cubs stared back. Ilara sat between. She taught both sides. Gentle touch, no sudden moves. Soon small hands petted soft fur. Cubs purred loud. Children giggled. Friendship started. Ilara worked again. She studied Vikesh behavior. She wrote notes every night, how bonding changed them, how human care made them calmer, stronger in heart. She sent reports to council. They listened now. No more talk of danger, only wonder. One day, big ship landed. Diplomatic summit. Many aliens came. Representatives from 50 worlds. They wanted to see the impossible. Human, who tamed apex predators. Ilara prepared careful. She dressed simple. Cubs groomed fur shiny. They practiced walking, calm. No growl, just proud steps. Summit hall, huge. Round table. Big screens showed stars. Ilara entered last. Cubs at her sides. Rakesh led. Others followed close. Room went silent. Eyes wide. Some hands gripped chairs tight. Ilara smiled calm. She sat. Cubs sat too. Tails curled neat. Speaker started. Dr. Voss. Your story changed views. We ask questions. Ilara nodded. Ask. First question came from sharp-eyed insect being. How control such power? Ilara looked at Rakesh. I do not control. I love. They choose to follow, because trust goes both ways. Next question from furry diplomat. What if they turn wild? Ilara shook head. They will not. They know family. Family stays. Then old Verkesh elder stood. Rare to see one so far from home. Voice deep rumble. Young ones, you accept human as damn. Rakesh lifted head. Elder, or mother gave life when we lost all. We give life back, always. Elder eyes softened. He bowed slight. Honor to you both. Talk went long. Many questions. Ilara answered simple. Truth clear. Love stronger than fear. Near end, Rakesh stood slow. She walked to Ilara. She carried small stone in mouth. Polished, smooth black, with silver veins. Traditional Virkesh gift. Kinship bond. Forever pack. She placed it gentle at Ilara feet. Room held breath. Ilara knelt. She picked stone. It felt warm. She looked at Rakesh. Eyes wet. She hugged big neck tight. Rakesh purred deep. Ilara kissed top of head. Soft fur, smelled like sun and home. She stood. Held stone high. She spoke to all. She chose me, and I chose her back. That is what humans do. We do not just survive. We adopt the universe. One scared, dangerous child at a time. Silence broke. Claps started slow, then loud. Even aliens clapped. Some cheered. Cubs purred so strong windows rattled. After summit, life settled nice. Ilara taught cubs more. Basic words. Simple math. How to use tools. They learned eager. Dash, fixed broken light once. Proud tail high. Nights they sat outside. Stars bright above. Ilara told old stories. About Earth. About first cats who came to humans. Cubs listened. They added their own. About mother who fought storms, who died to save them, who led to Ilara. One quiet evening, Rakesh sat close. She looked at Ilara long. Warm mother, she said soft. When we big, we protect you always. Ilara leaned against strong shoulder. I know, my girl, and I protect you forever. Cubs gathered. They made circle. Purrs rose together like song. Ilara closed eyes. She remembered first moment, eyes opening slow. Rakesh face inches away, voice small but clear. You are awake. I missed you. That moment started everything. Fear turned to love. Monster turned to child. Alone turned to family. Galaxy changed because one human refused to give up. Because 5 cubs chose trust. Now, under wide stars, pack rested, safe, whole, stronger than any. Hunt, bound by something deeper. Love without end. Alara whispered thanks to stars, to fate, to her cubs. They purred answer, all one voice.